Fuxi, also romanized as Fu-hsi, is a culture or hero in Chinese legend and mythology, credited with creating humanity and the invention of hunting, fishing and cooking, as well as the Cangjie system of writing Chinese characters c. 12,000 BCE. He was also known as Paoxi, also romanized as Pao-hsi.Fu Xi was counted as the first of the three sovereigns at the beginning of the Chinese dynastic period. Origin: Peng-hu was said to be the creation god in Chinese mythology. He was a giant sleeping in an egg of chaos. His hero awoke, he stood up and divided the sky and the earth. Peng-hu then died after standing up, and his body turned into rivers, mountains, plants, animals, and everything else in the world, among which is a powerful being known as Hsu. Hsu gave birth to a twin brother and sister, Fuxi and Nuwa. Fuxi and Nuwa are said to be creatures that have faces of human and bodies of snakes. Fuxi was known as the original human, and he was said to have been born in the lower middle reaches of the Yellow River in a place called Cangjie. In reality, many Chinese people believe that Hsu was a leader during the matriarchal society as early Chinese developed language skill, while Fuxi and Nuwa were leaders in the early patriarchal society while Chinese began the marriage rituals. Creation legend: according to the classic of mountains and seas, Fuxi and Nuwa were the original human who live on the mythological Kunlun mountain. One day they set up two separated piles of fire, and the fire eventually became one. Under the fire they decided to become husband and wife. Fuxi and Nuwa used clay to create offsprings, and with the divine power they made the clay figures come alive. These clay figures were the earliest human beings. Fuxi and Nuwa were usually recognized by Chinese as two of the three emperors in the early patriarchal society in China, based on the myth about Fuxi establishing marriage ritual in his tribe. The creation of human beings was a symbolic story of having a larger family structure that included the figure of a father. Social importance: on one of the columns of the Fuxi temple in Gansu province, the following couplet describes Fuxi's importance. Among the three primogenitors of Fuxi civilization, Fuxi in Huayang country ranks first. During the time of his predecessor Nuwa, society was matriarchal. In the beginning there was as yet no moral or social order. Men knew the mothers only, not the fathers. When hungry, they searched for food. When satisfied, they threw away the remnants. They devoured the food, hide and hair, drank the blood, and clad themselves in skins and rushes. Then came Fuxi and looked upward and contemplated the images in the heavens, and looked downward and contemplated the occurrences on earth. He united man and wife, regulated the 5 stages of change, and laid down the laws of humanity. He devised the 8 trigrams, in order to gain mastery over the world. Fuxi taught his subjects to cook, to fish with nets, and to hunt with weapons made of bone, wood, or bamboo. He instituted marriage and offered the first open-air sacrifices to heaven. A stone tablet, dated 160 CE, shows Fuxi with Nuwa. Traditionally, Fuxi is considered the originator of the I Ching, which work is attributed to his reading of the He map. According to this tradition, Fuxi had the arrangement of the trigrams of the I Ching revealed to him in the markings on the back of a mythical dragon horse that emerged from the Luo River. This arrangement precedes the compilation of the I Ching during the Zhou dynasty. This discovery is said to have been the origin of calligraphy. Fuxi is also credited with the invention of the guqin musical instrument, though credit for this is also given to Shennong and Yellow Emperor. The figures viewed Fuxi as Enoch, the biblical patriarch. According to Mirza Tahir Ahmad, the 4th caliph of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, society. All Chinese religions are derived from the teachings of Fuxi. The Fu-hsi is said to have lived for 197 years altogether and died at a place called Chen, where a monument to him can still be found and visited as a tourist attraction.